So now we're going to cross line along a longer piece of wall, right? And this time we have an internal corner rather than external. We still need to come round this slightly, all right? That way we will seal the corner with paper, and the last thing we'll do is come across the short edge of the chimney breast. But before we get there, all right, again we've marked a horizontal line using a pencil and spirit level. Chalk line would do just as well, but I'm working on my own, so it was a pencil and chalk line. So again, I undo that first fold. This time it's a concertina fold, and just be aware of what I'm doing with my thumb and where my right hand is when I'm moving this paper along the wall. So again, like last time, my right hand, the supporting hand, is touching the sealing edge. Just whilst I get the paper started on the line, press into the corner. Okay, the first fold is deliberately short, just so we can get ourselves started. What I'll do now is just undo the next fold, put my thumb back down, open the next piece of paper, and again, with my right hand staying close to the wall and sealing edge. That way I can just gently press down on the paper, and again you can see the paper is quite tight to the wall. Out comes a sweep brush. As I mentioned earlier, some people prefer a spatula. I'm maybe a gentleman of a certain age, so I prefer the sweep brush. Both work, try both. Right, up and down we go. Sweep brush back into the large pocket. Again, undo the next fold, thumb back down. Open we go. Keeping that right hand nice and high and close to the wall. Brush back out. And then the last fold, where are we? And as you can see, by using the concertina fold, we are just doing barely a metre at a time, when we're going along the wall, which is a nice manageable size. Now you can see we've just gone over the edge of the door frame. So all I've done there is make sure that the paper is touching the door frames. That is going to stop it unravelling from that end, whilst I'll come back and concentrate on the corner here. So again, where we've put the paper into the corner, we have a slight crease. Right? That's not so much an issue. We can cut that crease off, take this off using either the scissors, using the back of the scissors to form a crease, following a pencil line, or by using a caulking tool and craft knife. So again, make sure you get a decent bit of pressure if you are going to use this method. Otherwise, you run the risk of actually tearing the paper and not cutting it if you're not pressing the paper tight to the wall. Again, this is a quick method, although I do find the scissors a little more accurate. Let's just take that across there, because I'm going to need to move the hop up. As you can see, that comes down to the corner, and then because there is going to be another piece of paper coming from the front to the back, I'm just going to cut that at a slight diagonal. It just means the paper that's then going to come in will sit a little flatter. And again, just pushing my fingernails in just to make sure I've got that nice tight corner. And then again, lay off using a brush or a spatula. See, both work quite well, and as you can see again, I'm making sure I'm going from the centre out to the edges, because otherwise if we don't, once again just by way of demonstration, we can push a bubble around all day long. Right? So we need to make sure we do go past the edge. So we come along and we've reached the side of the door frame come door architrave, and of course the paper's never going to lay flat. So all we need to do is find the edge of the door frame or the door architrave up to its top corner. Then come in, slight diagonal with the scissors and cut into the very corner where the wall meets the door architrave. So I'm just going to lift the lining paper away slightly. I've made a crease, again, a pencil dot in the corner would work just as well. Then, just so I can see what I'm doing, now I've got this cut, I can get rid of the majority of the excess, then pull the paper away, smooth along, and this could continue all the way past, and if I'd gone past and down the other side of the door frame, I'd use exactly the same technique. So just cut in slightly diagonally, okay, that way I can now finish getting rid of the last of the bubbles, lay the paper flat, and again, just by way of change, mark a crease with the back edge of the shears, pull down, hopefully the camera's picking up on the crease, and then I can just use the crease as my cutting guide. Right. This is probably a good technique to use if you're doing a finished pattern paper. That way you don't have the risk of a pencil line at the very top edge of your finished pattern paper. Right. Then back across with the brush. And again, these bits I can peel away, right, and trim with the brush, or just press down with the caulking tool and take the knife along. Oops. And there you pretty much have it. Right. So that was a longer length of cross lining using a concertina fold, right, with just the corner of the door there.